Yo, welcome back guys, and in today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to create this cool and crazy spinning chain effect in After Effects. Starting off, I already have my clip right here, which we're going to use for our transition right here. Then it's going to be our second clip. Then this clip is going to be on top of our two clips right here, and it's going to be used to rotoscope our clip right here. So starting off, I'm going to click on our rotor brush tool right here, double click on my clip right here. Then I'm going to start off at the beginning. Then I'm gonna go around and just rotoscope our clips right here. So I'm gonna do a quick rotoscope, and we're just gonna highlight the train or the pendants right here. And once after we're done rotoscoping it out, I'm actually gonna decrease our rotoscope brush right here. Then I'm gonna go in and clean up everything and make sure we have enough good details for the actual video clip or the rotor brush effect, so we can start spinning our chain. Starting off, once we're done rotoscoping our first frame, I'm gonna click right here and just go through our frames right here on our preview. Make sure we don't have any like small imperfections, so about right here. So I'm just gonna fix that. I just wanna go ahead and fix any of our rotor brush mistakes that might happen once we're going through our frames. So like right here, you just really have to see. So I want to clean it up. Okay, there. So you want to, for example, right here, I'm going to go back. Then I'm going to clean it up right here. For like example right here, it's messed up. So I'm going to fix my video clip right here, or rotor brush. Then I'm just going to go right here, just clean it up and make sure everything looks good. So if you really want, you can make sure like our rotor brush looks nice and clean. There's no bumps right here. Just depends on how perfect you want your rotor brush. Just for today, we're just gonna be doing a rough rotor brush. So we're gonna go through our frames once more. Example right here, I missed a key detail, but I'm just gonna keep it in for now. So I'm gonna leave that in. Just wanna go ahead and go through our rotor brush. Okay, so once after done going through our frames right here, once we're done going through all of our frames, make sure when you're rotoscoping to always freeze our rotor brush. And we're gonna let this load up, but the purpose behind freezing our rotor brush is to actually make sure we can't update it or anything like this. So let's say you're just messing with that clip and then you accidentally just were to rotor brush our effect or make a clean stroke, it would not update our rotor brush. No matter how much you mess with this right here, just really mess with it, it cannot update because we froze our rotor brush, which means we can't really mess with it anymore. So I'm gonna go to my composition, and you can see right here we have our stars rotor brushed. If you want, you can mess with our shift edge. You can make it nice and clean. You can increase our feather. It just depends how you want your rotor brush. But starting off, I'm gonna go right here, enable the 3D space on our clip, and enable motion blur right here. So we're gonna go on our clip, We're gonna close that out. Then we're gonna go on our position right here, and we're gonna bring it all the way down. We're gonna make our first keyframe at the beginning. Open up our timeline. Then we're gonna increase our scale right here, and our position. So right here, what we actually want to do is increase our scale right here to meet up with our chain at this part of the video. So about right there, leave it right there. We're gonna push our keyframe right here so it zooms in really fast. You can just mess around with our keyframes right here, depending on your own clip. So I'm gonna push it right there. Then I'm gonna highlight all of our keyframes, and then ease them. Then I'm gonna open up our clip again. Then after we're done messing with our position, we're gonna go about right here. Once our pendant or chain starts to be visible, we're gonna start messing with our Y rotation right here. So we're gonna increase it. Then we're gonna go right here and just put it on 1, and it's gonna start doing a 360 right here. So you can see how it starts going good right there. So if you want, you can push our clip back, have it start 360 right there. So we're gonna highlight all of our keyframes, then ease it. So what I'm actually gonna do, go to our opacity, start our keyframe, then I'm gonna head towards about right here once it starts going to our main clip. Then I'm gonna bring down our opacity right here. So you can see how it does our spin right here. Then it's a nice cut clean into our chain right there. So I'm gonna highlight our clip right there. Then ease it. Save our project. Next, we're gonna add our effects onto our actual pendant clip right here, or our rotor brush. So I'm gonna drag and glow. Then we're gonna have a nice glow effect right here. Gonna increase our radius. Bring down our threshold so it's more shiny or has a more glow effect. Next, we're gonna go right here. Then we're gonna add directional blur. Drag it in. Then we're gonna bring it to 180. Then we're gonna start right here on our direction and blur length and create keyframes for each of these right here. Then we're gonna have it going to 0 for our blur directional. Then we're gonna have our blur length go back down to 0. As you can see how it starts going in nice and clean. So I'm gonna highlight all of our clips, not all of our clips, but all of our keyframes, then ease them. So we're gonna go by right here. Looks nice and good. So once we're done with our rotor brush clip, that is all the effects we're gonna add for this part. Then we're gonna move on to this clip right here. So for the first effect I'm gonna add is S_blur mauve curves. Drag it in right there. And with this effect, it's gonna actually have it so we can shift our clip up and down. So I'm gonna push our clip down right there. So we're gonna drag down our clip right here. We're gonna make sure on our warp Y, it's gonna be on reflect. Create our first keyframe on shift Y. Go about 2 frames forward. Bring it down to 0 and reset it. It's gonna go back to our normal state or our normal Y right here. So you can see right here how it has a nice hit. If you really want, you can go right here. Go to our position, about right here. Not here. Where's that position? Right here. As you can see right there. So we're gonna close that out. Then we're gonna start messing with our shift Y right here. I'm gonna highlight our keyframes, then ease it. Then we're gonna open up our timeline. Then we're gonna highlight our directional blur effect. Then we're gonna open up our timeline. Then we're gonna put our directional blur effect down on our clip. So then we're gonna open up our timeline. Open up our effects. Then we're gonna actually copy our glow effect onto our clip on the bottom right here. It's him dancing. Then I'm gonna close that out. Then we're gonna mess with our threshold right here of our glow effect. Then I'm about to go right here. Then I'm gonna increase it to where it's not glowing as much. So about right there. So for our second clip right here, we're gonna enable motion blur. So yeah, looks pretty nice. I'm gonna highlight our keyframes, then ease it. Then I'm gonna open up our clip right here. We're just gonna adjust our Y rotate right here, so it's a bit slower. So it's still rotating. So I'm gonna have it about right here once it's done rotating, so it can stop rotating and then hit our clip right here where it's gonna do our transition. So yeah, it looks pretty nice. And if you really want to, tie in our clip right here, so once it starts transitioning right here, you can just add a simple glow effect. So we're gonna go to about 81 on our threshold, open up timeline, then about right here we're gonna bring down our threshold. It's gonna start giving nice white effect right here. So if you really want to, you could just bring down a radius all the way down so it's more harsh. Then I'm gonna bring up our threshold all the way up to 100. So again, just mess around with the threshold where our pendant or chain right here, it's still visible. So I'm gonna highlight all of our keyframes, then ease it. Then we're just gonna go by it, make sure everything's flowing nice and clean. Then I'm gonna go on our glow, open up our timeline, then go to our glow threshold right here. Then I'm gonna increase our glow threshold. Then once after that, we're gonna bring in our exposure. Then we're gonna do a nice and simple white flashing effect. So we're gonna bring it about to 5 or 4, around 4 to 5. Then we're gonna go right here, bring it on 0, highlight our keyframes. Then we're just gonna create a simple flash effect right here. Then on 0, we're gonna have it ease out right here. Highlight our keyframes. If you really want to get rid of the flash effect, you could just get rid of our exposure. It's not necessary, it's not mandatory, but it does help tie in our clip together. Apart from that, if you followed each step-by-step process or instructions in this video to make this effect, your final product should look like this. I would appreciate if you were to subscribe, like, or leave a comment. I'm uploading 3 to 4 times a week based on editing tutorials. And apart from that, guys, keep on staying creative, work hard, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.